Hello and welcome to You Should See Bad Boys 2. I don't know what we're watching.
Sorry, I was cracking up because you scooted your chair to be like, hello. Hello.
Hello. Yes, welcome to the new hit show You Should See, or you haven't seen, not Bad Boys 2. That's a Hot Fuzz joke. Old Boy.
We still don't know what to name this.
Yeah. Old Boy, a show or a movie about a boy, and he's old apparently. I've not watched it, but these clowns have, and
he does get older as time passes in the movie.
As you guys remember from last week, month, season, last time we sat through a movie, and now it's my turn. So in a second, I'm going to leave. Actually, I should introduce everyone. So I'm Stuart. That's Ben.
Hello.
I'm Matt.
And that's Matt.
Me and Ben have seen Old Boy 2003, the original Korean version, not the American version, you scum.
Yeah.
And Stuart is going to leave while we predict what he will think about Old Boy.
Correct. All right, I'll see you guys in like 10, 15 minutes.
How much do you remember about Old Boy?
I do remember Old Boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really good, isn't it?
It was really good.
Yeah. Hopefully this works with the subtitles and stuff.
Yeah.
But in terms of Stuart, he has absolutely no idea what it even is, which surprised me because it's like a cult favorite. And I'm going to mention the 4 bits he will find shocking or interesting.
Go on.
Because in the movie, there's probably 4 iconic moments. There's him eating a live squid. There is the main character, who I'm just going to call Old Boy for spoiler reasons.
Yeah.
There's him eating a live squid. There's him realizing he's fucked his own daughter. There is him cutting out his own tongue. And there's the really cool fight scene in a hallway that they did a version of in the Daredevil TV show.
That was really cool.
Which I think he's going to mention the Daredevil TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the way that this ripped off Daredevil.
Sorry, Lucy is in the background going, what? It's okay. He doesn't know it's his daughter at the time. This is why it's relevant to what they were saying earlier.
Mention none of this. Has to be organic. But yeah.
This came up unironically about an hour ago. Stuart and Ben were discussing whether Homelander accidentally fucked his mum in The Boys.
Yeah.
And Stuart said, well, I mean, whether or not you know it's your mum, it's still bad. And I was like, well, boy, I sure hope there's no media that touches on that. And I hope he didn't realise I was referring to this.
Yeah.
Because I want him to be a little bit shocked. It's my favourite thing when Stuart cringes.
I know I was. I sort of watched this straight after Parasite because I was like, I should watch more Korean films because Parasite was really good. Yeah, I sort of watched this with my family straight after Parasite, not knowing what it was, and it got to the bit where he finds out that he's fucked his own daughter, and everyone was kind of wearing the look of someone who's just seen a really disgusting ghost. It's pretty
very
shocking.
Pale and white.
It's pretty shocking. I think
your preference.
I mean, I think the backstory behind why he's been fucking his daughter or made to fuck his daughter is also quite shocking.
Yes.
It's a very well written film.
I mean, it's just shocking the whole way through in a really good way. It's super entertaining.
Basically, what it's trying to tell you is that fucking your daughter is not okay, but
That's definitely the moral of the story.
Fucking your sister is.
Well, it's more I think it's more saying that sister fuckers win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamie Lannister, you know.
I have
exactly
not
what he
actually watched or read much of Game of Thrones.
Well, no spoilers, but he got exactly what he wanted.
I thought he got gold poured over his head.
No, that's a different guy.
Is he also a Lannister?
No, that was a Targaryen who was fucking his sister.
That's not the one thing I thought I knew.
No, that guy wasn't fucking his sister, but he was doing some pretty weird stuff to her. I think he sold her into sex slavery, so he definitely deserved the hot pot of gold being poured over his head.
I mean, at least that was financial.
I've got nothing to say to that. Did you have anything else you wanted to add? It's ideally something
I don't know. I'm just thinking about when I first saw it, because I saw it way before Parasite at uni, just because I was in a cult movie society. And I remember being it's weird when you watch movies on your own, they're less shocking. In the same way when you watch comedies, you don't generally laugh. You sort of snort or do that little breath where you're like, through your nose. Yeah. But yeah, so I've got money on Stuart being shocked at those 4 moments, and also thinking that hallway fight scene's really cool because everyone does. It's so good.
I seem to remember, you know, the guy in the chair that they've got at the computer, like, and he's calling out all of the shots and whatever in the internet cafe.
Yeah,
for like a lot of them. I remember his death being gruesome, but I can't remember how he died. So I think that might be.
I pretty much forgot his character.
Yeah, no, I quite liked him. I can't remember his name, so he's a terrible character, obviously. Because I can't name him. But I do remember him having a pretty grisly death. So I think that might be something
I'll
else.
keep an eye out for that one. I haven't seen this in like 10 years.
I think like the idea of him being trapped in that room for so long may. I think that's
Until he finds his joyous chopstick.
Yeah, I think Stuart's probably going to mention that as well. Just that concept of like, how do you keep yourself sane for that amount of time?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've been going about 8 minutes, and I think we've basically covered the stuff we want him to go when he sees.
Yeah.
If for the benefit of the audience, Stuart has an incredible cringe because he makes a weird groaning noise and stretches his face into like, because he won't open his mouth, but he will stretch his face like up, and he's eating 6 or 7 lemons.
Yeah.
Like that photo of Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
Right, well, let's bring Stuart back in and show him OldBoy 2003, the Korean, not American version.
You scum.
Yes, you scum. And we're back. Stuart, wake the fuck up.
I'm awake, I promise.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, we've now watched OldBoy, and Stuart fell asleep.
I didn't fall asleep.
During a very important...
I didn't fall
Your
asleep.
eyes were closed, and you were lying down. Or laying back.
Well, it's been a very long week, and it's
Yes.
and I've been working very hard. It was only one line. It's literally a blink and you miss it bit for me because it was a really long blink.
It's a pretty important line. You fucked your sister.
Yeah,
It's kind of the big twist in the movie.
yeah.
All right, tell us what you thought about OldBoy 2003, the American version.
I don't.
I
know
mean, the
how-
Korean version.
Sorry.
Fuck.
Yeah, the Korean version. I don't know how you could remake that into an American version without butchering the story because there's no way mainstream audiences will accept it.
Plus, you got to change some of the details. I haven't actually seen the American version. I just know people don't like it.
I can
Like
imagine.
eating squid, I just looked up some facts. They ate 4 squid to do that shot.
Real squid.
Yep. Living real squid. It's a thing they do in Korea. Normally they cut them up first, which she mentions. But like, yeah.
I think I enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure I did. Why did you guys think this is the movie of the week? Why? What was the urgency?
It was between this and Fantastic Mr. Fox, and Lucy hates Fantastic Mr. Fox. So that is why we're doing Oldboy.
And so Ben,
Also, it has 4 moments that we thought you would find, that we thought you would react to.
fair enough. Ben, what was your opinion? Why did you were you against the movie or for?
Oh, this was Matt's idea.
You were against it.
No, I wasn't against
Ben does
it.
like the movie.
I did like it, but it was Matt's idea.
His suggestion was Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of the reason I picked it is, like, you know, it's got fucked up moments that you can react to. And it's got the hallway scene in which I fucking nailed it.
You did nail it.
Thank you very much.
You did nail it. I think I didn't like how the subtitles, a lot of the time it was white on white. So I had a little bit of trouble reading them sometimes. I don't know what colour you could make them. They should have
You
put the
just
subtitles...
do white text with a slight black shadow and you can read it on any background.
Yeah, they should have done that. That was a bit annoying because I did find
Yeah,
myself-
that's just the way. That's Amazon's fault. That's not their fault.
That's an Amazon... Well, in Parasite, they put the subtitles in the black bars, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I didn't have trouble reading
I feel
Parasite.
like you're avoiding the plot of the movie.
I don't really have anything to say about it. I was intrigued when they put him in the prison. I really liked the scenes when he's in prison. A prison equivalent.
It
I
was
like
just- it
that
was a
they
prison.
set up that he was about to escape and then, well, no, they released him anyway because it's part of the plan. And also these people are in more control than he realises. Like, they probably
Yeah.
fucking knew he was digging this whole time.
Oh, definitely.
You know, there's like no way they didn't know that. So the screwed up rich guy that imprisoned him, yeah, okay, he was fucking his own sister the whole time. I'll be honest, I was too busy feeling uncomfortable to feel freaked out or go, whoa, about it. This isn't a simple favour, because in a simple favour, you see them building up to it, and it's kind of romantic, which is why it's even more fucked up. That when Anna Kendrick does start fucking her own brother and stuff.
At her dad's funeral?
At her dad's funeral, hence the reason. In this one, it's just really awkward. You've got this dirty little bastard sniffing around that girl, and he starts doing stuff, and I'm just too busy feeling awkward to feel uncomfortable, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, they're different kinds of uncomfortable.
And I'm just like, man, I am not comfortable watching this. This feels so fucking... This is so weird. I don't, like...
I saw this at a movie society with like 20 other people who I knew all of them.
And how did they react to...
they all did the sort of, oh shit, when he eats the squid, and then like, oh cool, when he fights the hallway.
Okay. So, squid eating, I think I'm just a little desensitized. I watch too many horror movies, I watch too many body stuff.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm pretty not grossed out by much stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, the squid eating didn't, like, bother me, but I do remember being like, oh shit, did they actually do that?
The teeth did gross me out.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
Yeah.
When he fakes him out, where he just, like, lets it slide off the first time, just to make a point about imagining it. Yeah. I'm in kind of a weird position, because I saw this movie, like, 10 years ago, and didn't rewatch it for the episode before.
No, that's fine.
It's not quite how I remember.
I did the same thing last episode with 3,000 Years of Longing. I didn't actually rewatch that before watching it for the podcast. Ben had, but I didn't really remember. That came
out a few years ago. I saw this movie when I was 18 years old.
Yeah, 10 years ago. So there's some bits you didn't quite have the clear Daredevil comparisons of how Daredevil clearly inspired this masterpiece.
Motherfucker. Daredevil is one of many homages to this. There's a huge collection of them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is.
It's like the Akira slide in Nope. There's like compilations of every Akira slide.
Did Akira really invent the slide?
That shot of that slide, yes, and everyone copied it since.
No, fair enough. And
because the spike actually goes through where the camera would be.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There's got to be more than one hallway scene in cinema before the OldBoy hallway scene.
The one take hallway shot of one guy taking on a crowd is definitely inspired by this in any movie you've seen it in.
Okay. One thing... This is me being a bitch again, but my problem with the hallway scene in OldBoy is that it kind of subscribes to the Batman Arkham Asylum rule of the villains attack you one at a time, apart from when he's on the ground-ish.
They actually attack him multiple at a time, a few times. Like whenever he's down, they're all like everyone kicking him.
Yeah, but like why was it
like that's why he starts hammering their ankles just to get him to go away.
Yeah, but why wasn't it all the time? And how weak are their knees that they're not pummeling the fuck out of him? I was sitting there. And
they were pummeling the fuck out of him. Like, he gets a knife in the back and he gets hit pretty hard. I have exactly the opposite to your opinion on this. Like, I remember watching it the first time and being like, it's really cool that some of them actually attack multiple at once, and he has to like scare them by flicking with the hammer and things, or he has to like shove people so that he can hit someone else.
I think that's another me problem. You're right. I didn't think. Yeah, too many movies. Okay, citing.
I know what you mean about the Batman thing.
No, but Atomic Blonde, right? The villains, they keep attacking. They don't get scared. They just keep going. I don't know how much they're being paid, but it's not worth this.
Yeah.
These guys clearly don't want to get hurt. It's very human. And you know what? I didn't really consider that. No one wants to get hit with a hammer.
I didn't think about it like that before either, but actually you're right. Like the bit where like at the end and they're all kind of just on the floor and they're like, I'm fucking done, okay?
Yeah.
Crawling that way.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you brought up a valid issue because, modern movies, they just keep attacking. But I say modern movies.
Well, it's one of those things people like to do in D&D, where like there's a crowd of people and you show up and you kill two of them in one hit and the other two run away.
Sometimes.
But then when you actually play, it's one of those things that can happen, but you tend to just start a fight and then finish the fight when everyone dies. Because you sort of have to, if you're DMing, pick a moment for that to happen and think about it, and you're rolling dice and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up your game. You need to be a better DM.
Ben's been wanting to say something for a while. You're right.
I like the bit where he starts woofing and cuts his tongue out.
I feel like that scene would only work in a movie, like in a lack of a better phrase, it would only work in a foreign film. I could never imagine a white guy doing that and it being taken seriously.
Yeah. I mean, the bad guy could barely take him seriously.
I mean, the bad guy is. He's standing there stoic and over him. Meanwhile,
I like that you don't know how much of the dog thing is him being just insanely desperate and fucked up, and how much of it is like the hypnosis thing, where the guy's laughing into his handkerchief like it's all going so perfectly.
In my head, I've imagined the guy's just found out he's fucked his own daughter, and the villain is this close away from telling him or telling her that that's what's been going on. And I feel like his reaction is justified, I'll be honest. At no point did I think, this is an overreaction. No,
It's
this is a pretty level reaction considering what's happening.
Though, with I can't imagine hearing that in my own language.
Yeah.
I feel like that I can't imagine any delivery where that would sound like something a human being said, where with someone screaming in another language and subtitles, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But then maybe the American movie nailed it and everyone's wrong for hating it.
We should watch that
And actually the trench on the Death Star was completely sabotaged.
Let's not throw in jokes that the audience aren't going to understand.
I won't spoil the American one for you, but I'll just say the ending sucks.
Is it the same plot? Does he fuck his own daughter in that one?
Yeah, is it one to one?
I'm not going to say any more than that.
Alright, I'm going to level with you. I'm absolutely never watching the American one. All spoilers go. Tell us what's fucked up about the American one. I want to know.
Okay, so I think I tried to blank this from my memory, so I don't remember it very well, but I do remember the ending. I don't think he fucks his own daughter in the American one, but he basically tracks down the bad guy and then decides, no, I'm much more comfortable living my life in this prison you've built for me, and he begs to go back in for the rest of his life. And that's how it ends.
If the original didn't exist, that could be a cool movie based on what you just described.
It sucked.
But knowing the original exists, I would hate that so much.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's
it's
so cutting out the point of how fucked up this guy is getting.
Yeah.
It's like the story of Job in the Bible, where you're like, okay, I guess everything can just get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And then God show up and be like, you stupid bitch, and then leave. That's kind of the story of Job. They take the piss out of it in Good Omens.
Stop acting like you've read the Bible. You just watched Good Omens like the rest of us.
I literally just mentioned Good Omens, citing my sources, and also I have literally read the Bible. So.
Well, of course you've read the Bible. Of course you
I love the switch now. No one's read the Bible. Of course you've read the
I'm turning it on its head. I'm gaslighting you into being the villain here.
Go easy on him. It's the best-selling work of fiction of all time.
After Harry Potter.
Man, we're going to get cancelled, I assume.
We are going to get cancelled.
I'm going to get cancelled
Take
by
all that.
I'm going to assume after all this talk about fucking your own daughter, I'm going to assume all the sensitive people would have turned off a while ago.
Yeah, I hope.
I don't think anyone sensitive is watching a three white guys podcast about OldBoy.
Yeah, I don't know anyone outside of our immediate friendship group who would actually listen to this.
I mean, I mostly make this because it's fun.
Oh, me too. If we were doing this for the views, I would hang
Lucy's
myself.
shaking her head at us right now.
Oh, I'm in it for the money.
Although she is hanging out with the cat, so she should be happy over there.
Yeah.
For the benefit of the listeners, I have been flipped off.
Yeah, he did just get flipped off.
Yeah, but in fairness, you were right. I thought of it because of Good Omens.
Very good. I'm glad you can be honest with us.
I was saying it when you accused me of.
Yeah. I like the element of control. Like, even though he escaped the prison, he's still in the prison because everything's happening to a design.
You can see it was made around the same time as The Matrix. Because he escapes the Matrix into the second layer of the Matrix.
That fan theory never got proven.
Um,
And thanks to the sequels, it's not canon. So
good point.
sorry, Ben. Ben's cringing inwards at the moment.
Oh, I've not seen the fourth Matrix.
But Ben loves the fourth Matrix.
Listen,
that's your favourite Matrix.
I told you before you went in, it's going to suck. I don't want to watch it.
I enjoyed it.
No one listened to me.
I thought the trailer looked intriguing. Like, I thought it looked a little weak. But you've got to remember, there's only one good Matrix movie. So I thought, how much worse could it be? You know?
It's probably just nostalgia because I watched them all as a kid, but I don't dislike 2 and 3.
Yes, I'm the same.
Yeah. I dislike 2
I gotta
and 3
say,
because
1 is best, 4 is between 2 and 3.
I think there's a lot of fat in Matrix 2 and 3.
Ben's doing a thing with his face.
Like, I think if
I love when
Matrix
you tell
2
Ben
and
you
3,
liked movies.
if you took Matrix 2 and 3 to the gym, made it work out a little, and then stuck a Hoover on, gave us a little bit of liposuction, I think you could have an actual movie that's enjoyable to watch.
So what you're saying is, if you edited it a bit more.
Yeah, I'm just saying it in a
metaphor. Excellent.
Yeah.
You know the phrase "trimming the fat" exists, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the joke
carry
I
on.
was making. That's literally the joke I was making.
Yeah, man, if you just take this movie and fucking cut out its liver.
No, I'm not saying cut out his liver. I'm just saying cut out
Its
the
liver.
sweaty dancing as they make love in a cave.
Oh, you're talking about 2. I thought you meant 4.
2 and 3. I said 2 and 3 multiple times.
Sorry, I got the
4 wasn't.
I thought you were
yeah.
saying you could turn 4 into a good movie.
No,
like,
4 was
I
bad.
thought you meant like all the
4
sequels.
is 4 is bad because it's really fucking boring, and there's a lot of exciting things. The new version of the agents they bring in, that's a fantastic idea. They don't do the transformation; it's just a horde. That's great. But you know what? I'm sitting there, the horde attacks, and it's boring because no one dies in this movie. No one. There's no threat. Neo's not going to die, nor is Trinity. They're
No one
too
gets
important.
flicked in the throat and goes.
No, there's no fun either.
I don't know. I found it pretty fun.
No, the most fun it was during that brief sequence when they're designing Matrix for the video game and they're talking about what made Matrix great in the first place. And you know
Where
what?
they're just talking about the movie, yeah.
As I wrote in my journal, this movie tries to get meta with us. And I'm like, you don't deserve to get meta with us because you're not making this movie is fucking boring. Don't get meta with me. Right? You don't deserve it.
Oh, well.
I haven't watched it in a while or thought about it, so I can't
I still
remember.
quite like it.
I do have
The
that.
meta is part of the fun.
The meta is part of the fun, but like, stop trying to get meta with me. You don't deserve it.
I think if there's anything about a movie, if you don't like how the movie feels, everything about it will be annoying.
Yeah.
You know when there's someone who has done something bad and everything they do just feels like shit now? Like they walk into a room and they go, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And you're like, "Oh, this shit again."
It's like season 1 of The Office made Dwight Schrute quite irredeemable. This is a man that wants to try and fire his colleagues, wants to gut their health insurance, make the world they live in generally worse, and sucks up to Michael constantly because he wants a promotion and he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he wants to be a ruthless businessman, it sounds like.
So far in season 1 that you get to the end of the series and he's still a piece of shit until like the final 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And suddenly they want me to feel happy for him that he became manager, and they want me to feel happy for everyone because they're all friends. Like, no, you can't come back from that. I hate Dwight Schrute. He's hilarious to watch, but I hate him.
I haven't seen that much of The American Office, but I do know from having seen the British Office and some of the American one,
Yeah.
it got good when Ricky Gervais fucked off. Like,
Yeah.
because when it stopped being Ricky Gervais's brand of depressing twat humor, where people are depressing twats, and it becomes The American Office, it gets good.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
My opinion, just watch season 2 onwards then.
Yeah, I will
If-
do at some point. I'm
yeah.
bad at watching TV shows. I can't tell Ben this enough.
Yeah. Season 1, there's only like 4 episodes. It's basically like a long pilot. Season 2 is basically season 1 asterisk.
Yeah.
And so on.
Yes. So in conclusion, God, I hate Ricky Gervais.
You really do?
Yeah, I really do. Not as a person. Like, as a person,
You just
he's
don't like
fine.
his style of comedy or...
Pretty much. His style of comedy is very annoying and he's a grating asshole.
He did.
I find his characters depressing, annoying twats in a way that they're clearly supposed to be. I just don't enjoy
The thing
it.
is, Ricky Gervais always tries to get meta with us and acknowledge the fact that he's an annoying arsehole as if that redeems it. And honestly,
Well, that's not
double-edged
meta,
sword,
that's
it
self-aware.
can work and it can't work. It either makes you seem like more of an arsehole or... Yeah, okay,
exactly the
he's
thing
pretty
is,
funny
like,
and stuff.
if you don't like someone, their jokes are just grating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like his Emmys, like the last Emmy intro he gave.
Yeah,
like,
when
where he
he's just
hosted it.
roasting rich people,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
My favourite line from that was...
There's no one I would dislike just roasting rich people.
Yeah.
What's your favourite line?
My favourite line from that was, the world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats.
Oh. Well, James Corden's been trying to chase after Ricky Gervais's style of comedy for years. If you don't believe me, just watch him try and do a stupid fucking award speech where he makes a bunch of Weinstein jokes, like the same month that everything about Weinstein came out. where it's all pretty fresh, and everyone just shat on him for it. And I remember saying, "Is this the end of James Corden's career?" Well, no, but can we stop acting like it is?
This is another thing where he's telling a joke I would agree with, but because I don't like him, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. You probably knew.
Yeah. Oh. And also, I'd like to stress, I'm a James Corden apologist, I guess. I actually do find him really funny.
I'm very much an ignorer.
I don't like him when he's in children's media. I don't know.
He does have one of those too recognisable voices to be a celebrity voice actor.
Yeah.
Like Chris Rock being that zebra.
I'm not too
it's Chris Rock.
So obviously I know who Chris Rock is, but when I was a kid, I didn't really know who he was. So when he did stuff, I'm like, hey, voice, I don't care.
Yeah.
And so that's fine.
All right, let's go back to OldBoy at some point. So Ben, I had 4 guesses for things I thought Stuart would react. Squid, he didn't give a shit. You win. Fucking his daughter, he kind of cringed a bit, but not like I said he would. But the hallway scene, he said exactly what I said he would.
Yeah. I said that he was going to make a joke about it bit like ripping off Daredevil. So I also get a point.
We both know this.
I made a joke after the fact. So he goes into the lift, and we see all the guys fall out of the lift, and I thought, wow, he's like a reverse Captain America. He's like Captain Daredevil. Yeah. With that hallway scene and everything, and then Matt flipped the fuck out.
Yeah, because I knew you would mention Daredevil.
Yeah,
I think
this is a big part of why I chose this movie. Like what you were asking before.
Yeah,
is that like I was like, I know he likes Daredevil. I know this references. Well, it does. I know this inspired that fucking scene.
Yeah.
I also thought that you would mention the prison shit. I know that you like prison.
Which prison shit specifically?
When he was imprisoned.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you'd. Yeah.
You did mention it as being cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In the potty, not.
Yes. You've seen Orange Is the New Black. I know you like prison.
For the benefit of the tape, Ben is gesturing scissoring.
The second season of Orange Is the New Black, like The Office, is when it actually gets good because for 2 reasons.
Because Ricky Gervais fucks off.
No, Piper Chapman fucks off.
How is that?
Well, ish. She fucks off more.
Yeah.
Rather, the show stops being about her solely and becomes an ensemble show.
I think it
instead of the Piper Chapman show and co.
Sorry, I am listening, but Lucy is in the background gesturing at the cat.
Yeah, that's fine. You're killing the pacing here.
Well, yeah, keep going. I said I was listening.
That's it. Rebuttal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that Orange Is the New Black starts off okay, gets good, gets bad, gets good again, and then gets bad.
Yeah.
See, I think The Matrix 4 starts off good and stays pretty good. Good movie.
See.
Yeah,
I think
I'll fight you, bitch.
I'll probably never rewatch OldBoy. I don't think
I've never felt the urge to rewatch it.
No.
Yeah, I saw it 10 years ago, and I honestly, the one I remembered it as, I liked, and I was happy with that. But like rewatchability is not necessarily
agreed.
a mark of quality.
No.
There's rewatchability, but there's also sticking with you so hard that you never feel you need to watch it again.
Yeah,
which is OldBoy to me. Like if you asked me about it a week ago and I didn't know we were podcasting and didn't want to spoil it, I would gush a bit. But I would also, I did not remember a lot of shit in that movie.
Yeah.
But the bits I did remember, great.
Yeah,
exactly as good as I remembered them being.
So people don't think I'm a complete idiot. No, rewatchability doesn't equal quality. Two very different quantities there, whatever the word is.
Yeah.
I think it was well made. I think it was really very creative with its transitions and
the clocks.
Yeah. What was the theme with the clocks? Was it just he was very aware of how much time he was losing?
There was a lot of time themes. Part of the thing with the clock was it was counting. He counted how long he was in prison. When he was out of prison, it was still counting how long he was in prison. Because he's just in a bigger prison. You realise that at the end.
Yeah, which harkens back to the themes of he's still trapped in...
Yeah, he's trapped and counting the days.
Yeah, he has no control. Okay.
It's clever, isn't it?
It is clever. I wish I enjoyed it more. It might be I was a little bit tired, and especially near the end. Lucy made us a really big dinner, which is fine.
It was delicious dinner. Thank you, Bae.
I wish I enjoyed it more, but I don't think it clicked with me as hard as I thought it would. I apologize.
Honestly, I tried not to spoil it, and you went in clearly knowing nothing, And I think you probably should have gone in the way I went in, where I had this big image in my head of it being like fucked up revenge movie with cool fight scenes and like iconic moments and shit. Like if you go in expecting them, they're actually kind of better in a way that some movies don't do that.
I didn't know it was a revenge movie because that would have taken away from the prison scenes. I'm like, okay, he's in prison for revenge. Okay, what does the guy want revenge for? I, honest to God, thought, especially with the scenes when middle of the movie when he's out of prison, he first meets Evergreen, and they're talking about why were you in prison. I started thinking, well, it can't be a medical thing because that's too obvious and stuff. Because I, honest to God, thought maybe they're harvesting organs or harvesting his blood so he can live. Maybe there's a heart problem that Evergreen has, perhaps. And I'm like, no, that's a little too simple. And I think
I didn't think of that at all.
And then I started thinking, any resolution, any tangible reason as to why the protagonist was locked up would detract from my enjoyment of the film. So I feel like him fucking his sister and then getting tattled on was
getting tattled on, and also her committing suicide via him.
Yeah, was the only way you could go at that point. Because you set up the mystery so much, it has to be something messed up. It has to be something big.
I know it's not what you're saying, but it sounds like you're saying, like, oh, this shit was so big, he must have fucked his sister.
Well, you know what I mean.
Like, I would love if you jumped to that conclusion, just from, like, it must be serious.
And they're storyboarding, and like, what's something so bad that you'd lock someone up in prison for? Or maybe he wants revenge. Okay, maybe he had sex with his sister. Yeah, what if he had sex with his own sister? And then he saw them and then tattled her. I'm like,
this
wow.
This movie does have a huge amount of foreshadowing. Like, it's kind of famous for it, this whole video essays. Yeah. But, like, all the stuff is a bit like where he says you talk too much. And then the guy has to go and investigate his own history. Yeah, there's a lot in there. Like,
yeah.
There's also, like, lots of people being, like, gagged with things. Like, there's so much about talking, and obviously it's very literal when he cuts out his tongue. But before, there are, like, 10 different moments where someone has something shoved in their mouth so they can't speak.
Yeah.
And it's all building up to the end where he cuts his tongue out and all the lines about, you can talk too much.
Yeah.
And it was because of a rumour. A rumour that was completely true.
Right, knowing the foreshadowing and knowing those little details, that does actually make me want to rewatch it so I can catch all of it. Because I do love that sort of stuff.
Is it better than Mithrigan?
Is it better?
It's definitely better than Mithrigan. If you were to put Ricky Gervais into OldBoy, where would you put him?
I think I'd probably...
I think he would get beaten to death.
No,
like the prison guards would beat that man to death.
No, not make him the main character. But if you were to put Ricky Gervais in OldBoy,
if you had to cast him and write him a character,
you know the guy that throws himself off the roof at the beginning.
I don't know. Ricky Gervais can't. No,
Ricky Gervais would be the dog.
Right. Okay. Because James Gordon would throw himself off the building.
If you had to put Ricky Gervais in, he'd have to be one of the drunk guys in the police station.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Put him in the beginning. That would be great. Oh. Also, kudos on the actor. Because honest to God, being able to age him up / down, and the weight he gained / lost for this role.
Yeah, it took him like... I also looked this up for fact. It took him a couple months to train up and look good for this movie.
Yeah, because I honest to God thought it was a different actor. I honest to God, he looks so different. It's very dramatic.
How many cocaine bears would you give this out of a Titan?
They're both bad movies. Why are you ranking?
No. The thing is, Cocaine Bear... Again, the thing it has in Cocaine Bear is that I wish I enjoyed it more and stuff, but I wasn't quite there.
Well, Cocaine Bear had such a good premise that it wanted to be great, and then it was Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah, I think
Cocaine Bear took itself too seriously at the wrong moments.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie plays it straight the whole way through.
It was honestly just the wrong use of the premise. Cocaine Bear should have been like Sisu, where you go in knowing exactly what the plot is going to be, and you want to enjoy it happening.
Yeah.
I want to see a bear find some drug dealers' cocaine and fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And they have to figure out how to escape from or kill the bear.
The simplicity of Sisu, 2023, there's a movie called Sisu. For context, the simplicity of Sisu is what makes it great.
Yeah. It's John Wick without the world building.
Cocaine Bear tries to have it both ways. You've got drug dealers trying to get the cocaine back. You've got the bear that just wants to take cocaine. You've got the police officers that want to stop the criminals and get the cocaine from the criminals. You've got the kids lost in the woods that also stumble across the cocaine. You've got character actress Margot Martindale trying to find the bear and kill it. You've got random ass police people trying to respond to a 911 call who are getting found by the cocaine bear and going to get eaten by it. And you have the cocaine bear himself that's just a force of nature with its cocaine bear, with its cocaine cubs, which parallels to the mother and stuff. There's too much going on.
Yeah.
It should have just
Cocaine
been
Bear has all that, and Sisu has the guy panning for gold and about 8 Nazis and some women later who he frees.
24 Nazis.
Nazis.
Yeah, Cocaine Bear had too much going on.
One
It
of
should
them's
have
a
just
human shield.
Cocaine Bear should have been a slasher movie.
He should have been.
Yeah.
Well, no, it should have been like, to be honest, what I said before. Some people escaping, some people trying to kill it.
Yeah.
And probably the same people even. Like
And
they switched
the drug
track with, like,
dealers
the
in
hunter
the
has
middle of
become
it.
the hunted thing.
And the drug dealers and the police in the middle of the Cocaine Bear, killing all of them.
Honestly, Rambo First Blood.
You need to watch that. It's on the list.
Okay. He basically goes to war with a small town police department.
Yeah.
It's kind of it.
Yeah. So, in terms of Cocaine Bears out of 10, I would give this a Sisu. This movie knew exactly what it wanted to be. It wasn't distracted with fluff. So I give it a Sisu out of a Sisu out of a Sisu out of 10.
Honestly, considering how much you enjoyed Sisu, that's a pretty good endorsement.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
I think so. What weird horror film are you guys going to put me through? next
There's
time we
a
do this?
movie that's been advertised. It's called Cobweb. It's basically Homelander probably didn't kill his wife.
He's talking about next episode. We've got to pick a movie we've seen and he hasn't.
Ah, but come on, man! I was watching The Blackening in cinemas,
Yeah.
and I saw trailers for
Bring up
horror
the spreadsheet.
movies.
I can't on my phone.
And yeah, Cobweb looks pretty good. It's a nice little haunted house movie. Kid has some nightmares, and Homelander's there, and Homelander didn't kill his wife. I assume. You heard
In
it
a
here
very
first.
not Telltale Heart way.
I assume. I've only seen one trailer, but it does look pretty
You made it
intriguing.
sound like he killed his wife and hit her in the walls.
Oh, he totally killed his wife and hit her in the walls. I think that's what the trailer's going for.
yeah,
I
that's a
might be
Telltale
wrong.
Heart. Whether or not they're trying to be.
We'll find out.
Okay, so on the...
Oh,
Look
so
at the Stuart
thing.
map.
Ben is the subject of next episode.
You-
So we need a movie that Ben has not seen.
So the films you got to choose from according to the list are Mandy, The Menu,
Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
Oh, that's good.
The Exorcist.
Wait, didn't
Oh,
you
that's
watch
great.
The Menu and not enjoy
Nope,
it?
I haven't seen The Menu.
Okay, Menu is my pick.
Face Off, Doctor Sleep, The House,
Honestly, it's good, but it's way too long.
The Ring, Tar, and Polite Society.
I'm leaning towards
Okay.
Menu or Face Off,
I kind of want to do one he'll just straightforwardly enjoy. Which, let me see the list again.
which would definitely be Face Off, I'll be
Okay,
honest.
point it towards me, Jesus. I vote Face Off.
Me too. Done.
Okay.
Cage.
We watched
Cage!
We watched Face Off on a plane back across the
I
Atlantic.
don't know-
We got really
We
drunk
were
on a
dying.
plane
I don't know
Yeah,
much
they
about
gave
it.
us extra strong gin.
without us realising.
I don't know much about it, but is that the one where John Travolta is pretending to be Nicolas Cage, pretending to be John Travolta?
Yes, and Nicolas Cage is pretending to be Nicolas Cage, pretending to be John Travolta, pretending to be Nicolas Cage. And this one guy can eat a peach for hours.
The
Nice.
plot of the movie is that John Travolta wants to take Nicolas Cage's face. Face.
Okay. Also,
So
preemptively to watching Face Off, I want you to count every time someone slowly drags their hand down someone else's face in this
Hey!
movie.
To keep it on theme, there's a little bit of potential daughter fucking in Face Off as well.
Oh, God. All right, let's
No,
end it
there is
there.
daughter giving a knife so she can stab guys, I think.
Characters get creepy with.
They do, but the guy
It-
pretending to be him does kind of just try and protect the daughter. Like, he doesn't seem to want to fuck the daughter.
He totally does.
Well, he might want to, but he's not doing it. He's not, that's not why he's there.
He totally would if he could.
I
Sweet.
don't know.
Jesus.
Let's debate this next time.
Okay.